Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Rich Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the Jordan Jumpman Hustle. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Jordan Jumpman Hustle features a full-length herringbone traction pattern, and at first, the traction for me wasn't too great, and the courts that I'm playing on right now are pretty dusty, but after a little bit of breaking time, the traction definitely improved a lot, and you actually have a really nice bite. The traction on this shoe though does pick up a lot of dust, so you will have to consistently wipe. I'd say every couple plays, go ahead and give yourself a quick wipe, and then you should have great traction for a few plays. When you do have that great traction, you have really nice bite, a really hard bite, and great stopping power. But once it does accumulate a little bit of dust, and if you don't wipe, you will slide out a little bit. And by slide out, I don't mean like completely slip up, but you guys won't have that bite. You're gonna definitely slide before you come to a stop, which for me is a little bit annoying. But like I said, just do a couple quick wipes and then you should be good for a few plays. Overall, traction at first was a little annoying, and the wiping does get a little bit tedious, but outside of that, the traction was really nice. So for traction, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So moving on to the cushion, the Jumpman Hustle features Nike or Jordan brands like normal foam midsole. I'm assuming it's a Phylon, it may or may not be, they haven't specified. But in the forefoot, you do have a zoom unit, and I can feel it just a little bit, not really too much. But even though this is just normal foam, I'm not mad at the cushion setup at all. It does provide, a little bit of impact protection, and you do get a little bit of bounce in the heel just because of like how thick this foam is. And you get a decent amount of responsiveness and court feel too. Don't get me wrong, the cushion setup definitely isn't anything spectacular, but it does get the job done, which I'm totally okay with. So for cushion, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. So moving on to the materials, the Jumpman Hustle features a full mesh upper, and around the mesh in the midfoot and the forefoot area, you do have this synthetic leather and this synthetic material up here, which acts as a shroud. You can actually unzip the shroud and then you can see the mesh material underneath. I'm not a big fan of synthetics like this. This is very reminiscent of what they use on the Why Not 0.1, which, it is there for a purpose. It does offer a little bit more containment just in case, your foot expands the mesh. So I understand why they did it, but me personally, I just don't really like how it looks on the shoe. But from a performance aspect, I understand why it's there. Outside of the synthetic on the midfoot and forefoot area, you do actually have hits of fuse around where like these eyelets are up at the top, or not where the eyelets are, but where the lace loops are. And that's just there for added durability to make sure your lace loops don't rip. Materials are nothing special. They do the job and they get the job done. So for materials, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. So moving on to fit, I think the Jumpman Hustle is true to size. For those of you that don't know, I am a slightly wide footer and I felt perfectly fine in these. So if you guys have wide feet, I would recommend trying them on in stores if you can, because just to make sure they aren't too narrow for you. But for me, as a slightly wide footer, I felt perfectly fine. And normal and narrow footers, you should also be fine. One thing to mention though is that it does feel just a little bit long lengthwise, but I don't know if it's enough for me to go down half size. So just keep that in mind if you are going to buy the shoes. I think the Jumpman Hustle's fit was really nice. It gave me a pretty good one-to-one fit. It is a one booty upper, so make sure you do guys get your correct size. Otherwise you may have some issues in like other areas of the shoe. But like I said, I feel like true to size is your best bet. Overall, the fit was really nice. So for fit, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. So moving on to the support, I thought the support in the Jumpman Hustle was pretty good. I didn't have any heel slippage at all. I didn't have any side-to-side movement on the footbed. The base of the shoe is a little wide, which definitely helps with lateral stability. But like I said before, the material usage, like this shroud, does offer containment, which is, one of the benefits of using this type of material. Overall, support in the Jumpman Hustle was really nice. So for support, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. The Jumpman Hustle retails for $110, and For that price point, I'd say pick up a pair if you're interested. I will leave a link down below if you are. This is one of Jordan Brand's newest team model shoes, and I definitely think it's a great performer. Like I said, you do have to break in the traction just a little bit, or it could just because this is a black outsole. And I mentioned before that in Nike and Jordan Brand shoes, black outsoles tend to not perform as well as other solid color options. Aesthetically, to me, like, I don't think they look too great, at least in this colorway, but I know some other colorways are coming out and they actually look pretty nice. So $110, if you guys are interested, definitely pick up a pair. That's pretty much it for this performance review. If you guys like this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. Also smash that thumbs up button for me, as it really does help me out, and hit that notification bell so you guys get notified when I upload new videos. Check out this video on my left and on my right, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.